It's a full house. It's a full house. So welcome allemaal. Welcome everybody. I would like you to meet Sol, the director of the film Mama, Mama, Mama. We saw yesterday or this morning, depends. She's I will just maybe you can start just by introducing yourself. Tell us where you are, maybe where you're sitting. Give us a little story.
Okay. Yeah. Well, hello everyone. Thank you for being here and for having me, like inviting me. It's like my first time as like with a teen jury, and I found it absolutely beautiful, like a beautiful idea to have this jury. I'm in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and I'm like in my house, which also is like a rehearsing place. So you can see the keyboards, the piano. It's a mess. But well, we have like, because I also play some music, and it's quite beautiful how it looks. And
Right,
here
cool.
it's
I will give some time, so every time
for
we
having
give a little
me here.
bit. Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay,
now we give some time to Cherry to translate. So every time we have a little bit of French.
Donc voilà, Sol vous dit bonjour à tous.
Oh.
No.
I think Cherry.
Can you hear me?
I think Cherry has a connection problem.
Oh.
No, I do as well. So.
Oh, you too. Okay, yeah. Everybody has connection problems.
Normal.
it's a Zoom live, you know. Okay, Cherry.
Yeah.
Cherry has to do some little translation. Please.
Very, very quickly. Donc voilà, que Sol rencontre un jury. Elle est actuellement à Buenos Aires et l'endroit où elle se trouve, c'est l'espace où elle répète parce qu'elle fait aussi de la musique. Voilà, et c'est le bordel, elle nous a dit, voilà.
All right, so I would just like to start with maybe some questions from our group, because we already discussed that we have some questions. Misschien kunnen we met Mette beginnen. Maybe Mette kan een vraag stellen, weet je nog, over de locatie en het huis, als je nog weet. So we can start with Mette's question.
Ik heb ook nog andere vragen. Mag ik eerst een andere vraag stellen?
Yeah. No, you can choose whichever question you like. She has multiple questions ready for you.
When or how did you come up with this idea to make this film?
Quand as-tu eu l'idée de faire ce film et comment as-tu eu l'idée de faire ce film?
Okay, thank you for your question, Matt. Is it Matt? Well, the idea came firstly with my sisters, because I have 3 younger sisters, and since I started studying cinema, I always liked portraying them, filming them, and so when I was 20, I started to write a story which was narrated by the main character, Cleo, and it was like a monologue, like just Cleo speaking and telling all the story. Maybe Thierry wants to...
Yeah, elle remercie pour la question. Alors l'idée, elle vient en fait de sa relation avec ses sœurs. Elle a 3 sœurs qui sont plus jeunes qu'elle. Et depuis qu'elle a commencé à faire du cinéma, elle est toujours en train de les filmer. Quand elle a eu 20 ans, elle a commencé à écrire l'histoire de Cléo sous la forme d'un monologue. Donc, c'est que Cléo qui parle.
And then I thought what I wanted to portray was the intimacy in between these girls, and all the things like the dark and the lighting, or the bright sides of childhood and growing up to teenagehood. Like I wanted to tell this passage, so I thought I needed a tragedy to happen in order to go deeper into our main character, which is Cleo. So I put the dramatic success, like the dramatic event in the story happens just in the beginning. So it's the trigger, but not the conflict of the movie, no?
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Merci.
Donc, ce qu'elle voulait faire avec ce film, c'était de faire un portrait intime de ces jeunes femmes. Et elle voulait montrer la part d'ombre et la part de lumière.
The Zoom connection.
Ce passage, elle avait besoin d'une atrocité. Allô?
Yeah, was een connectie
Donc, elle
probleem.
avait besoin d'installer une atrocité. Ah, ok. Lukt het?
Yes, you're back.
Anders doe ik het met mijn telefoon. Ok. Donc, je disais, c'est un portrait intime qui montre la lumière et l'ombre de cette période de la vie, le passage de l'enfance à l'adolescence. Et pour parler de ce moment, eh ben, elle a choisi d'utiliser une atrocité, donc le décès d'un des enfants. Et ça lui permet d'aller plus profondément dans le personnage de Cléo. Elle choisit de mettre ce drame au début du film, mais ce n'est pas le conflit principal du film, mais c'est ce qui déclenche tout le récit.
Would you like to continue your answer, or can I introduce another question?
No, that's
Okay,
I
great.
think that's it.
Misschien Emma, een vraagje over de acteurs. Maybe Emma can ask the next question.
Yeah, so in the movie we saw that the main characters were a lot of young girls. I wanted to ask how it was working with them because they're at such a young age to play in a movie.
Donc, la question de Emma, c'est de savoir comment c'est de travailler avec des jeunes filles, puisqu'il y en a beaucoup dans le film.
Merci, Emma. Well, yes, it was the thing that scared me the most, finding the girls. Like, how would I tell them the story, the death, and how I would deal with the parents? And that was like the thing that was like that was giving me a little bit like uncertainty. But I had like an amazing coach that helped me during the castings first, where we found the girls in just 2 days. Terry.
Wow.
I don't want to go too far.
Donc, travailler avec ces filles, c'était la partie difficile. D'abord, il fallait savoir comment trouver ces filles, savoir comment leur parler de l'histoire et de la mort d'un des personnages. Il fallait évidemment aussi pouvoir faire face aux parents et à leurs questions à eux. Donc, ça apportait beaucoup de choses incertaines au projet. Mais heureusement, elle avait un coach absolument incroyable qui l'accompagnait, entre autres pour l'étape de casting, où ils ont trouvé déjà les actrices en 2 jours.
And then we just like found the girls, and the next day we put them together, and they just magically look alike. And I think the most important thing was that they got along really, really, really well. Like, they almost seemed to be friends since childhood, and that helped a lot because it made the acting more natural.
Donc, une fois que les filles ont été trouvées, on les a mis toutes ensemble et comme par magie, elles se sont toutes premièrement très bien entendues, mais elles ressemblaient aussi les unes aux autres. Ce qui était très important pour Sol, c'est qu'elles s'entendent très bien, et c'était le cas. C'est comme si ça avait été des amis d'enfance alors qu'elles venaient de se rencontrer.
And regarding to directing the girls, it was something that like was even easier than directing grown-ups, because like kids are so used to entering and getting out drama, like it's completely natural for them to be laughing and 5 minutes later crying, and like it was almost directing them without words. It was like they understood. It's kind of magical what happened. I couldn't really explain it. I mean, we did a lot of work of rehearsals, and something important was that the whole team was just made by women. So that helped a lot for them to feel safe, or like they could open themselves. But like the drama, they just like played alone. Like they just created everything.
Donc, travailler avec ces enfants, ces jeunes filles, c'était limite plus facile que de travailler avec des adultes, parce que les enfants, les ados, ils ont cette capacité assez naturelle à entrer et sortir du drame très facilement. Donc, passer des larmes au sourire, c'est pas du tout compliqué. Et la manière de mettre en scène, de diriger ces comédiennes, ça se passait presque sans mots. C'était carrément magique. Bon, bien sûr, il y a eu beaucoup de répétitions, mais ce qui a sans doute aussi contribué au succès de la mise en scène et de la direction d'acteurs, c'était que comme l'équipe était composée uniquement de femmes, c'était plus facile pour les actrices de se sentir à l'aise et donc de donner de belles performances.
All right, thank you.
Did that answer your question, Emma?
Yes, thank you.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And we can now go to the next question. Peut-être quelqu'un de l'équipe de Cherry. Yana, j'ai entendu que tu as aussi une question à poser de Cherry.
Pourquoi il n'y a que des filles dans le
Qu'est-ce
film?
que tu as demandé?
Peut-être que...
Okay, why are there only girls in your movie?
Well, as I said, it was mainly because I needed to recreate an environment, a safe environment or an intimate environment for the girls to feel safe or not feel very shy about what they had to do. So first, it was a decision because of this.
Ok, donc comme elle l'a déjà plus ou moins expliqué, elle dit qu'elle avait besoin de créer un environnement de confiance pour que les actrices ne soient pas timides. Ça, c'était la première raison, mais...
And like the second reason, well, the project started just with women because I was directing and writing, and the producers were also women. Then all the characters in the script were women. So I thought, why don't we make a whole movie made of just women as an experiment? Because here in Latin America, perhaps we are not really equal in matters of gender and gender roles and jobs, and usually, like for example, women are not present in the camera department. That's so strange to see a director of photography, perhaps yes, a director of photography woman, but not the rest of the team because they consider it's a men's job. And I wanted to make an experiment to show that women can cover every role, and that's perfectly fine.
Ok. Donc, la deuxième raison, c'est que Sol elle-même est une femme, elle a écrit, la productrice est une femme, et tout d'un coup, elle s'est dit, les comédiennes du film étaient des femmes, que ce serait une expérience intéressante d'essayer de faire un film qu'avec une équipe féminine, puisque en Amérique latine, la place des femmes dans le cinéma est et tout, c'est un peu compliqué, c'est pas vraiment équilibré. Par exemple, il n'y a pas de femme dans le département caméra. C'est très rare de voir une directrice photo, donc la personne qui s'occupe de la lumière du film. Ou alors oui, peut-être, il y en a, mais généralement le reste de l'équipe image, ce n'est pas des femmes, parce que c'est un travail pour les hommes, quoi. Et donc, elle voulait tenter autre chose.
Ik zie dat Mette een vraag wil stellen. Ga je gang.
Yeah, is this also the reason why did you choose this title?
Is this the reason why?
I chose the title of the movie.
Thanks. Pourquoi est-ce qu'elle a choisi le titre de ce film?
It's not because of this. It's because I found Mamá or Mamá to be a very universal word, which is almost said in every language the same, and that really like surprised me. And it's like the primitive call for your mom, and the 3 times of Mamá that I put 3 times. It's because of several things. First, because I like the triada, like the triad. You said no, like the 3 times. 3 is my favorite number. I have 3 sisters, and I thought it was like even more insisting, like putting it 3 times. It's because it's a desperate child that it's calling like several times to her mother, and during the film, like all the kids are calling their mother like several times and they never answer. So mainly because of that.
Donc, elle a choisi ce titre Maman, Maman, Maman parce que maman, c'est un mot universel. Et dans toutes les langues, ce mot se ressemble. Et quand elle a pris conscience de ça, ça lui a paru comme une évidence. C'est l'appel primitif, c'est presque le premier mot qu'un enfant va prononcer, pas toujours, souvent. Et donc, pourquoi 3 fois? Eh bien, parce que d'une part, elle aime bien le chiffre 3, voilà, et qu'elle avait 3 sœurs, et aussi pour montrer qu'on insiste vraiment sur ce mot, puisque c'est un appel un peu désespéré, un cri à l'aide, et on voit dans le film plusieurs fois des filles qui appellent leur maman. Donc, c'est pour ça que le film s'appelle Mamá, Mamá, Mamá. Mamá.
Perfect.
All right, great. I think, yes, one of the aspects that's also very interesting of the film is the music and also the pop music that's shown inside the movie. I think Jana had a question about this. Jana?
First, I wanted to say I really loved your movie and it reminded me to my sister a lot. And my question is, the song who is in the movie multiple times, is it made for the movie or was it already a famous song?
Thank you, Shana.
Donc maintenant, un mot sur la musique. Yana a énormément aimé le film et elle voulait savoir si la musique existait déjà ou si elle a été faite pour le film.
You mean the rap? This rap they see at the... Well, the rap was... No, everything was made for the movie. And this rapper, it's a woman that a musician that I really like from Buenos Aires. Like I tried to put all the liked from here in my movie because I love music, and I found like this artist was really particular. This artist was really particular for the movie. Her name is Cobra K. It's her artist name. So everything was created for the movie. Even the video, the music video.
Donc toute la musique a été créée pour le film. Et par exemple, dans le générique de fin, on a un rap. Et ben, c'est tout simplement, vu que Sol est aussi un peu dans l'univers musical, c'était une femme dont elle aimait beaucoup le travail, qui s'appelle Cobra K et qui a fait la musique de fin. Mais tout a été fait pour le film, même le clip vidéo a été fait pour le film.
All right, that's great to know. Peut-être encore quelqu'un de l'équipe de Thierry. Je sais pas, Ilias, est-ce que tu as une question à poser? Maar laat zelf stellen, denk ik, hè, Thierry? Ik weet niet.
Ouais, Ilias?
Ja, moi. Attends, c'était que. Ah ouais. How many times it was taking for how we say that make the film?
Combien de temps?
How many?
Go Sol. Go Sol.
Combien de temps? Okay. To shoot the movie, it was a month. Well, less than a month because we didn't have the weekends. Yeah, 4 weeks. That's all the budget allowed us. And it was like complicated because the girls could just film for 5 hours. Coming until the shooting that count as an hour. Also, them returning home count as the 5 hours. So it was we needed to like be really quick because they could just like work for 5 hours because they had school, they had lots of things, and that it's a regulation that applies for kids who act. And so yeah, it took us 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
Okay, thank you.
Ok, donc pour tourner le film, ça a pris moins d'1 mois, puisque en fait, ils ne pouvaient pas tourner les week-ends. Ça aussi pour des raisons budgétaires, puis ça coûte cher de faire du cinéma. Et c'était aussi assez compliqué parce qu'à cause de la loi, de la législation, eh ben, on peut tourner que 5 heures avec les enfants. Et là-dedans, il faut aussi compter peut-être les trajets ou peut-être même les moments où ils mangent. Et donc, à part ça, les enfants avaient aussi l'école, etc. Donc, voilà.
Some connection problems there. All right. I think it was all right. Floris has a question. You raise your hand. Floris, ja, je wil. Ga je gang. Mute jezelf ook. Je micro staat niet aan, Floris.
Well, I wanted to pose a question. Why did you choose the subject of kidnapping?
Yes, I chose it. Yeah, Terry.
Donc, pourquoi est-ce que vous avez choisi le sujet du kidnapping?
First, it was because I wanted to portray how in childhood we are filled of too many fears and needs and lots of things, even more when you're a girl. Like the world is a complete threat, and you must all the time take care of yourself and don't go out for so long. Like it's a thing that they put in your brain since you're a little girl, and even more here because the insecurity perhaps it's bigger. So first, because it's a thing that it's always present in childhood and even more in women, like all the things that could happen to you, and so exaggerated almost as a movie like here. So it's very exaggerated how it's told, like all this drama, and because I think mothers are this way with their child. Terry?
Le kidnapping, elle en parle parce que elle voulait donner un portrait de l'enfance, et dans l'enfance, il y a beaucoup de ces peurs qui sont là. Et on a peur de tout, et encore plus quand on est une fille. Le monde entier est un risque, vivre c'est dangereux. et c'est les parents enfin toute la société en fait qui met ça dans notre tête et c'est grandement exagéré. Voilà.
And then, well, it's a fact that there's a lot of like not just kidnapping, but also there are lots of murders to women. Like women are murdered all the like here at least here in Argentina every day there's a woman being killed, and that's completely like even nowadays it still happens. And we had during this year we even had more death, I think, of women being killed than COVID people dying, no? So why it's not taken so seriously as perhaps other matters? Why is it something that it's so natural to happen?
Donc il n'y a pas que des kidnappings en Argentine, il y a aussi des meurtres de femmes. Et en Argentine, il y a des femmes qui meurent tous les jours. D'ailleurs, aujourd'hui, c'est toujours le cas. Par exemple, cette année, il y a peut-être plus de meurtres de femmes que de morts du Covid. Pourquoi est-ce qu'on ne prend pas ça un peu plus au sérieux?
Yeah, I think that.
All right, thank you for that answer and that question for it. So, just is er nog iemand die een vraag heeft en hem nu spontaan wil stellen? Ik gooi het gewoon even open voor jullie.
The whole movie take place at the same location. Why did you choose this location?
Donc, tout le film se déroule.
Now. Maintenant. Do you want to repeat, or it was my internet?
Cherry has a little bit of problem of connection.
Sorry. Donc, tout le film se passe au même endroit. Pourquoi est-ce que vous avez choisi de tourner ce film à cet endroit?
Voilà.
Voilà. So, yes, all the film was shot in the same house, which was so difficult to find a house, and it was in the middle of the city, so that was even more strange. And I wanted it to look like it was like far away from, like in the outskirts of town, and I needed to shoot in the center of town because of the distance of the actresses, and I needed it to be a place in the capital. So it was really difficult to find it, but we did in the end, and it was the house of the assistant director. So everything like just came into place, and it was super cool to shoot in the same place because everybody could like adapt to the place, like be comfortable and just like find their own spaces in the house because it was big enough, and it was like really comfortable to shoot in the same place.
Donc, il fallait trouver un lieu qui était accessible, qui était au centre de la ville, où les comédiennes pouvaient aller facilement. Et ça n'a pas été facile de trouver ce lieu, mais pour finir, on a utilisé la maison de l'assistant réalisateur.
Je pense qu'il... Ah. Jerry, we lost you.
We lost you again. But yeah, if you want to maybe continue your answer, or have you completely answered it?
Non, c'est fini.
Okay, good. All right. All right. Maybe if you have a question to the jury, maybe about some aspect of your film or about the week we are having, because we need to like end the meeting more or less. There's a final round.
I really would like to hear. Of course, I would like to talk for hours. I don't want to sound so like, oh, tell me about my movie. What did you thought? Because you would obviously say the good things, but perhaps something that like you didn't understand or that was quite strange, or if something like felt that way, that perhaps didn't allow you to fully understand or feel the movie?
That's an interesting question.
Donc, est-ce qu'il y a des choses que vous n'avez pas compris dans son film? C'est le moment de poser les questions.
Ilias, ga je gang.
Yeah, I don't understand. On the moment, I think on the beginning of the film, there is some people that gonna make sort of security on the, how say that, the pool.
The piscine, oui.
Yes. Why did the girl that was there was putting water and was singing and stuff? I don't know, but for me it was very weird, and I don't understand this moment. You can explain me that, or it was just something?
She looked like a fool, did she? There is a moment where they kiss, where she kisses with the guy, but we just like took it outside the movie. The idea was that this should look sexy, but it didn't. So it was like she was like pretending to be this sexy and beautiful for the man, but she was so awkward that this couldn't like show as she wanted to, no? But the idea was that she was flirting with the guy, even in a like dumb way, no?
Okay, thank you very much.
Donc, la question d'Ilias, c'était de savoir pourquoi est-ce que à un moment, on voit la fille au début du film prendre un tuyau d'arrosage et être comme ça. Il ne comprenait pas pourquoi c'était ça. L'idée de la fille à ce moment-là, c'est d'être sexy et d'inspirer le désir à ces hommes qui sont en train d'installer des trucs dans la piscine. Et le truc, c'est que ils avaient une scène où le gars embrassait la fille, mais ça, il faut juste garder ce moment où elle essaye d'être sexy.
Matt, wil jij een vraag stellen? Oké, ik dacht dat jij ging.
Nee.
All right, so zijn er nog vragen? Il y a encore des questions de chez nous? Because I think, yeah, let's see. Ilias, one more? Okay, I thought you raised your hand.
No, he took the risk. He took the risk. We can't ask him for more.
I thought he was raising his finger.
Thank you, Ilias.
I would just like to, hi, I'm the director of the festival, and I just want to congratulate you with your movie. And I'm really honored that we could show your movie. That's all I have to say, but I'm really honored and really glad you take the time to meet the youngsters here.
Merci beaucoup for giving me the space for showing it and having this for me. It's wow, it's amazing. I find it like really interesting that you're making these sessions. It's super interesting. I haven't had it before, and I'm really glad I'm showing this movie in Belgium, and also for French, like speaking people, because in French it hasn't been screened, so it's like the premiere for, and I think every culture has its like its way of laughing about things, or how we see movies. It's completely different between countries. Like when I was in the screening, for example, in Germany, people would laugh all the time. And in Argentina, they wouldn't laugh like at any time. So it's super interesting to see, even if we are all completely different. I'm so glad to have it in Belgium. Like, I'm really glad you gave me the space. So thank you, all of you, for being here.
Okay.
Maybe I would like to maybe ask a last question, if I may. Yes, I may, because I'm the moderator. No. So this was your first film, right? And I was wondering if it was made within the context of a school. And I would also like to hear, maybe, or in what way, in what context it was produced. And I'm also curious to hear what's next for you, a next film or a next project.
So no, I actually hadn't finished school when I shot it. We made it with we applied to a contest of the Film Institute in Argentina, which held a contest called Future Film, that directors with no previous film can apply. You need to apply with a producer that does have like the score as they measure it, of having previous films and stuff. But it's a contest in which just 3 projects win from all the country, and they give you a budget to make it. It's a low budget, but it's like you can like make a film with it. So the film was made with this prize, that it was like, I was so lucky to have it, because it's so difficult to make your first film when you don't have anything, like any previous works, or you need somebody to trust, you know. So and well, we produced the film with this prize, and now, well, and it did have a good, like a good festival path. So I'm really happy that this happened, because one thing is to film it, and another one is to actually people see it. So I'm happy with the result. And well, now I already brought my second film, which is about an old woman that becomes a little girl in just one day. Like, she wakes up being a little girl, and she's played by Matilde, which is Leoncia at the movie, the little girl. She plays it, and I hope we are in a Biennale from Biennale di Venezia has a college, a workshop where you can apply with your first or second movie project. And if you're selected, you have workshops with people like really important and help you out shaping the script. And then if you win the second stage, they give you the money to make it. So if we win this prize, which I would know by the end of November, I would shoot it, like my second film, in March 2021. So that would be like a dream, no? But yes, actually I'm working on it, on my second film.
Okay,
which I will send it to you.
Yes, that's great to hear.
Filem'On.
It would be great, maybe next year or the year after, we could also show it, and then the next generation of jury members will be able to see it. So I think it's time to. I think Cherry is gone for the translation, so I think it's time to to finish it for today. Thank you very much, Sol, for your availability, for your time, and for your
thank you
for your answers. And thank you to the jury for being here. And well, I hope the movie has another good few festivals to be shown, and it deserves to be seen.
Thank you all for seeing it, for giving me the space to speak a little bit about it. I feel so egocentric just speaking about the movie. But thank you for the space. Thank you to the festival. Thank you. Thank you, Hilde. Thank you, David. Thank you, Terry. And thank you all for your questions, for like speaking up and asking. And I'm very happy you gave me the space. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Salut.
Show.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
I don't care. It's just like that. I'm alive! Filem'On!